Hello Pisces, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my friends. How are you, my two fishes friends? I hope you're well. Thanks for clicking here. I do appreciate you. Let's do something a little bit different this week. Last week we used the oracles and the tarot. This week we're just going to use the tarot, but we're going to do two hands this week. And so what I like to do is take one deck. We're going to find out what's going on. Then we will clear the cards. We'll do a second hand here. It's my effort in trying to get more energy for all of you. So let's find out what's going on here for you, Pisces. If you are here for this reading, it's because you want to know what's coming up in the week ahead. So whether you are a sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter, Pisces, or you are cross-watching, you're in the right place. This reading is for the week ahead, but please understand there's no dates or times on my reading. So whenever you find this, it'll always be for the week ahead, whether it's today, tomorrow, or next year. Energy is fluid, right? Not linear ever. And let's find out what's going on for you, Pisces. Pisces, what's going on for Pisces? The doors are open. You're going to hear some road noise. It's raining. You might hear thunder. It's beautiful today. All right, Pisces, here we go. I'm all about the water. I'm a Pisces moon. I probably spend more time in the shower than the average sign. You probably do too. All right, let's find out what's going on for Pisces, please. What's coming up in the week ahead? Oh, looks to me like you're going to be disconnecting from something. I feel like, Pisces, you're in a situation, and no matter what that situation is, it doesn't have to be in a relationship, but it could be in a relationship for some of you. A relationship, a job, a situation, a friendship, whatever it is, I feel like you feel like you're settling for something here. And I want to say that it's no fun anymore, because the 3 cups here, we do have the 3 cups within the 8 that are poured out. I want to say that there's no celebration here anymore. It's no fun anymore. And so we do have the 5 cups that are standing, which tells me that it's been disappointing, or you, I feel like, are feeling, you know, with the 5 cups, that is regret and sorrow, that you're sad that you have to walk away or disconnect, but you got to do it. Why is that? The 10 of Swords, you're going to tell this person. The week ahead might be a week when you're going to tell them it's time to go. I feel like you've already started the disconnect emotionally, and I feel like it's just been really hard. It's like we've been silent with each other, disconnected. I feel like I'm settling. I don't know why this connection's still open. And it feels like you've got the sword at the ready. It feels like you want to cut somebody out, but definitely you do want to speak, because, you know, there's no other reason that Aquarius shows up, right? But to give somebody the information that they need in order to be able to make the right decision to move ahead. So this is, of course, Aquarius energy, but Gemini and Libra in this reading, right? Because it is a general reading. So I do feel like you want to talk to somebody about this before you end up walking away. I feel like you want to have some sort of a conversation with someone here. They could be someone of authority. So it could be your boss, right? That before you quit, you want to go in for one last communication and say, look, I'm not happy with what you're paying me. I'm not happy how I feel in this environment. It could be a boss for sure. Somebody who's in authority, but it also could be a father. This is masculine leaning energy, but there's also feminine energy in there. So feminine or masculine. Tell me why the King of Swords is here. Need to make something clear for sure. Something that you've been thinking about. You've got a different perspective, or you're trying to find the perspective of the King of Swords. You want to know what the perspective of the King of Swords is, because with the Knight of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, things are stale, stagnant. They've not been moving. I'm really stuck. I really don't know what to do from here. And I may have, like, it feels like with this this pentacle in the hand, I may have another opportunity. And so I want to speak to you and make sure that I'm correct, clear, concise, honest, truthful, transparent on all the situation. I want to know exactly what's going on here. And it's going to help you make your decision as to whether you're going to actually walk away or not. Because I think that the other opportunity is probably something that you're open to. It feels like it's something that makes you happy, possibly even a wish fulfillment kind of energy. But I feel with the Knight of Pentacles being in the reverse, it tells me you're kind of stuck. It's like you don't really want to have to go if you don't have to. That's why you're here sacrificing yourself. Like it feels like somebody here, Pisces, is sacrificing their self in a situation where they really are not sure that they belong anymore. And so I feel like I'm hearing, who is it? Those 2 brothers. I've lost this loving feeling. Isn't that the song? Bring back that loving feeling, because it's gone, gone, gone. Yeah. So it might be for some of you. It could be about a job, though. It could be about some of you who have been in this job for a really long time, and you're sacrificing yourself for the hours or the money or whatever it is, but you're not really getting ahead. It feels like there's maybe a glass ceiling. You're trying to get a different perspective from the king, though, to find out before you go off to whatever it is that's going to make you happy. I'm going to say that if the Nine of Cups is here, whatever it is, why are you staying in a place like? Some people will do that, right? They'll stay in the place because it's familiar. It's a comfort zone, right? I won't be surprised if we see the Four of Cups show up. It is a comfort zone for you, I feel, at this time. We do have the Seven of Swords. The fact is you haven't told anybody that you're disconnected. I don't really want to be here. I don't feel like I belong here. I feel like I'm stuck or I'm settling. And so whatever the situation is for you, we have the Seven of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. What else do we have? We'd have the Two of Pentacles. It all points to you having to make some sort of a decision. I feel like whatever this is, so if for some of you it could be a job or a relationship or a best friendship or whatever, but it feels like there's no more creativity here. It's like this person's emotionally immature, and the person that you're dealing with, or maybe the job that you are dealing with here, you're kind of disconnected from your intuition. It's like it disconnects you from your emotions, from your intuition. It's not really, it feels like and maybe it's not a total toxic environment, but I don't think you've told anybody about that, that you just don't feel good in this situation. I feel like you haven't said anything about it yet. I think you're ignoring it, but I feel like you're about to make some sort of a decision. In the Pentacle world here, it is about love, my friend. You know what? This energy was very strong sort of from this point, that this probably is a relationship. I feel like somebody here is making a decision about love, and you're making it face to face. Like after you speak to the King of Swords, who could be your partner, could be your boss, take it as it resonates for you, could be your friend. I feel like when you have this conversation, I feel like you're really not telling anybody, but you're making a decision in the week ahead. I feel like you are. The Seven of Swords is here. You might even feel like this person's been lying to you. You feel deceived. Maybe there's deception afoot. I feel like you've lost this emotional connection, though, Pisces. That's what it feels like. There's like, it's not even there anymore. We've got the Two of Swords. Look at all those twos. Right? Decisions. Decisions of the mind, decisions in love, decisions in the 3D world. We have the Nine of Swords, but you're having a hard time making it. Why is that? Why are you having such a hard time making this decision? Now, the thing is that we are at nines, right? We're at the ends of cycles here. So I feel like you're stuck in some sort of a cycle, I want to say. You're stuck in this cycle of, I'm not really happy. Let's talk about it. Let's get really clear, honest, truthful, transparent. I also see the King of Swords as someone who might be a psychologist or a psychiatrist, somebody who is maybe a judge or a magistrate, or somebody who's trying to make the decision that's best for everyone, right? And we do have 9 and 1 is 10. You know it's over. You already know it's over. And I feel like you're going to this person as a courtesy to say, is this salvageable? And I feel like for some of you, it's not really salvageable. I think it's going to end. Tell me what else we need to know about this connection, please. Or the job. I'm still stuck on some of you. It could be a job that you've been toggling, making a decision. You've been blocked. There's things you don't see. What if I make the wrong decision? Some days I love it. Some days I hate it. The Two of Pentacles is here saying that I feel like there's infinite possibilities if you decide to leave, because the Nine of Cups is here. If there's something that you're really going to love that's in the future, but you need to bring cycles to an end. And I feel like you're stuck in a cycle right now. We've got the King of Cups. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles. If this is a relationship that we're talking about here, if you are in a relationship, or maybe you're not, I wouldn't call it a relationship. Maybe you're actually starting to see this person and you're realizing that maybe we're just not that compatible. Like it doesn't feel like a long-term marriage or anything like that. So if you're in a good relationship and it's long-term, I'm not talking about you. It does feel like it is... it hasn't been going on for very long, like maybe 8 months. Like it feels like it's not really been all that long. But I want to say that if you decide to end this, if you decide to be truthful and honest about the situation and make the best decision for everyone involved because you feel stuck. I feel like the King of Cups is in the future. I feel like the King of Cups is in the future here. And I think that your worry is that if you're single, you're going to be lonely or alone. But listen, it's the time that you need in order to heal the self. This King of Cups is somebody who's emotionally available, someone who knows their heart chakra. They know that they are sturdy and solid, and this person is ready for a relationship. And then we do have the Seven of Pentacles, which tells me this person has already thrown their seeds of intention. Their intention is to grow something in a romantic sense. This person is somebody that you already know. It does feel like with this Three of Pentacles showing up that this person here is already someone that you know, that is either that you work with. Oh, that could be a reason why you don't want to leave the workplace. Maybe you have a thing for somebody in the workplace. But with the Three of Pentacles, it is somebody who's on your side, somebody who really backs you up, somebody who's collaborative and cooperative, somebody who I feel that you are comfortable being in a room with, right? Someone who possibly makes a lot of money, or maybe makes more money than you, because the 7 and the 3 is 10. But it could also be that you see the abundant. This person is really abundant. Yeah, I feel like for those of you, if this is a relationship reading, that the person that you're dealing with isn't necessarily being honest with you. And when you ask them for honesty, because you've been hanging here for a while trying to make this decision, you don't want to make this decision because you don't want to hurt anybody. But I feel like you must close the door here in order to find this and to find the King of Cups. And that's the one that you want. That's the one who is emotionally available. I think like you're dealing with someone who's in swords here, head over heart. They don't really show you much affection on the surface. Maybe you feel like they're lying to you. Like it doesn't feel like you're very comfortable in this relationship. Tell me what the outcome is here. We do have the Lovers. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have the Knight of Wands. So I do feel that you will be leaving. I feel like whether it's a job or a relationship, I think your decision is going to be made. You're going to choose to not invest any further in the place that you're in right now. And it's time to go. That's what it feels like here. Yeah, you need to celebrate. It's time for you to have a reunion with this person here. I feel like this person is somebody who is... that you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe you had a hard conversation with them, and it doesn't have to be a fight or an argument. It could just be that you have differences of opinion. It could be that. I feel like you two you haven't really considered each other as a romantic connection because maybe you have a lot of fundamental differences. And I feel like maybe you've moved away from the fact that this person's never going to want me. Like the Six of Swords tells me, I feel like this person isn't going to be interested. But I think you're wrong. I think this person is interested. I think that they are watching you. I think that they are waiting to see what's going to happen with your relationship. The Star is here. They see you as the Star. So whether it's the workplace, this could be another employer, right? Whether it's the workplace or whether it is a romantic connection, I feel like somebody here sees you for who you really are and they see you as the Star. So we do have Aquarius energy here with this King who is... Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. We've got Gemini. We've also got... Pisces energy. I feel like you're trying to find a different perspective so you can have a really clear and honest conversation. We do have Virgo energy here as well. We have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So take it as it resonates for you. I feel like there is victory in the future, though. There's victory in the future for you. I feel like it's going to work out the way that it should or the way that you want it to. Just be patient. All right, second hand. Second hand for Pisces. Let's find out what's going on. Sun, Moon, Rising. Venus and Jupiter. Pisces, if you're interested in a private read, please know that private readings are open and there is a 10% off right now till the end of June. June the 30th is the last day. And 10% off. Everything you need is in the comment that is pinned to the top of all the comments below this video. Tell me what is going on for Pisces, please. What do we need to know for the week ahead? Sun, Moon, Rising. Venus and Jupiter. Tell me about Pisces. We do have the Seven of Wands. I feel like next week you're about to be a little more flexible about something. It does feel like you're not feeling so guarded, I want to say. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. Why is it in the reverse? We do have the Death card. Oh, okay. So I feel like you're being a little more flexible about transformation, that you're ready to change something here. And one of the things that you're changing is that you are lowering the boundaries just a little bit. Not enough for them to hop the boundaries, but you're lowering the boundaries just a little bit here. Tell me about the Death card, please. I feel like there's going to be a talk that goes down here. You're feeling more flexible about some sort of transformation. And it feels like because you're lowering your boundaries and becoming more flexible, I feel like there is going to be movement here. Tell me why the Eight of Wands is here. Ooh. You're ending something to begin another thing. And you know that you need to be flexible. I want to say that there is communication that is about to arrive, and I want to say somebody, I don't think that it's you who's having an ending. I think it's somebody else. It could be a Scorpio, or possibly a Gemini or a Gemini or an Aries, possibly. Somebody else has had an ending, and I feel like they're about to communicate with you because there's been a change. There's been a big transformation that's happened here, or something has ended. I feel like you're going to get wind of that. So whether they contact you or a friend tells you, hey, did you know so-and-so who used to be in a relationship is now single? It feels like that. Somebody is now on a new path here. I feel like you're going to hear about that sometime in the week ahead. I don't think it's happening to you. I feel like it's happening to someone else, and it's communication that's coming to you to tell you this. Tell me about the Fool. We have the Ace of Swords. Somebody is definitely going to contact you. Somebody's going to give you clarity on a situation that you've been wondering about. Now, the thing is, Pisces, you know that you have a knowing, right? Most Pisces, no matter where it shows up in the chart, right? Especially Sun, Moon, Rising, that you are quite psychically intuitive. Maybe some of you intuitive and you haven't gone to the psychic part yet. But I feel that this Ace of Swords is telling me, I think that you already knew this, or you had a hunch that something was going on. And I don't think you're investigating anybody. I don't think you're watching them online. But I feel like it's a knowing. It's the knowing that the Pisces has. That when this person tells you that someone that you know is now on a new path, I think you already know it. I think you already knew that that was what was going to happen here. I think that they're just confirming your intuition. Tell me about the Seven of Wands, please. Yeah. And it's under the surface here. The Seven of Swords has showed up. Very interesting. Someone was deceitful, possibly, and someone realized that they were being deceitful, or it is something that's being concealed from you, and maybe it has nothing to do with deceit. Maybe it's just that it doesn't feel right. So somebody, So I'm clairaudient, and if you've never been here before, I do get songs. And the first thing, when I said that, what popped into my head was a song by Bastille called Happier. It feels like, well, that song is about, and only for a minute, he says, I want to change my mind because this doesn't feel right to me. I want to raise your spirits, but to do that, I know I'll have to leave. So somebody might be leaving their connection, that they've ended the connection. They've been tried to be as flexible as they could in the connection, but I don't think that it worked. And I feel like only for a minute, this person sort of turns back and isn't really sure if they want to go. But I feel like they know that they're unhappy and the other person's unhappy as well. And in that song, Happier, it's called, by Bastille, and I think Marshmello, it feels like it feels like this situation is about that song. It's like somebody here is not really happy and they haven't been telling anybody, but they finally told somebody, and that person is bringing that information to you for whatever reason. It might be someone who's in your friendship group, someone that you've known, someone that you've had your eye on but never really said. Take it as it resonates for you. We do have the Five of Pentacles, yeah. It does feel like something is ending here or breaking apart. It feels like somebody here is being put on the outside looking in, but it feels like something they're not saying anything about it. They're being very secretive about it. We got the Three of Wands in the reverse. They didn't want to wait anymore. They were tired of waiting for things to change, for things to move forward in a quicker way. They were tired of waiting for this person to change, for this new beginning, and so they had to leave. And that's exactly what the song says. Yeah. And only for a minute. I want to change my mind because this doesn't feel right to me. But this person knows that in order to raise the other person's spirits or be happy, that they got to go. So I feel like somebody here really can no longer wait anymore, that wherever they were was choppy waters, right? This is the Six of Swords is about going from, the chaos to the calm. So I feel like wherever they were was chaotic. Also, the Six of Swords for me as a reader, it's like, I feel like this person is taking a lot of lessons from this. So because there's lessons here, those are all the swords. And why would you take all of those swords with you, right? If they weren't something that you wanted to remember, this is up in the mind, right? So I feel like this person here, they were in a karmic connection. And so all they've got left here are lessons. We've got the Page of Wands. I feel like they're going to communicate because we have the Page of Wands and the Ace of Swords. This person is about to communicate. Like I said, it could be a messenger. It could be a friend that knows both of you. And this person, maybe you and the other person that's in the relationship, that you're not connected to them, and you shouldn't be if they're in a relationship, right? Like it feels like it's you're doing the honorable thing. That's what it feels like. But it also feels as though this person is going to probably communicate with you at some point. Five of Swords. They're going to tell you about all the problems, the troubles. They're going to tell you they moved on. This person, I feel, is going to communicate with you at some point. But I think that you're going to get the heads up before it happens. I feel like there's a messenger that's going to give you the heads up. So somebody that knows both of you. The Five of Swords is here, and the One of Swords is 6. So I feel like the messenger themselves, like maybe the messenger is going to tell you that they've moved on. But I think that the person that communicates with you, when they do, I think they're going to tell you there was too many problems. We had too many conflicts and disagreements. There were too many battles. This person had an ego, and we had too many fundamental differences that we could not straighten out. We have the Sun, and I finally realized that. And then the Queen of Wands. And so the Queen of Wands to me is somebody who's moving off into the future. I feel like, Pisces, that you were just like, you weren't really worried about this. I feel like you had your back to it the whole time. Like, I want to say that you weren't worried about it. You weren't thinking about this person. I don't think you're stuck to the past with this person. I don't even think that they're on your radar anymore. And then all of a sudden the messenger shows up and says, hey, Pisces, do you remember that Scorpio, Gemini, maybe the Aries, possibly? Do you remember that person? Maybe they're a fire sign, maybe a Leo or a Sagittarius. Do you remember that person? That person you had your eye on back there? I feel like you're going to get some clarity here. You're going to get clarity. That person is probably going to communicate with you, but they went through the friend first to see if you were single or what you were doing, right? And so I feel like what you don't really see while you're in this Four of Swords, I feel like you're in meditation, your life is balanced, your mind is balanced. I feel like things are going great for you, Pisces, at this time. But I feel like your quiet time is about to be intruded upon by communication, I want to say. This moon is telling me that things are not as they seem, and the Queen of Wands doesn't realize it. I'm calling you the Queen of Wands here because I feel like that's your energy, whether you have fire in the chart or not. The Queen of Wands now, she is fiery, right? But she is someone who's independent, who's very secure within herself. She is someone who really doesn't let anybody tell her what to do. She makes her own decisions. She's on her own path, doing her own thing, minding her business. She's staying in her lane. And so I feel like things aren't as they seem. I feel like you're about to be intruded upon by somebody who is preparing to communicate with you. That's what it feels like. What are they going to say to Pisces, please? What does this person want from Pisces? Why do they want to communicate with Pisces? We have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Lovers. They choose you, and they have been thinking about it on a loop without fail. The Knight of Pentacles tells me it has been a long time that this person hasn't been able to get you out of their energy, but you've turned your back and you're on your way. You're doing your thing. I don't think that you're in a relationship. You could be. I don't know who you are, but nothing here says to me that you're in some sort of a relationship. So I feel like this person has been thinking about you for years. Looks like years. They've had you on a loop. They want to choose you. They want to tell you that they do feel you are their person. It might be the King of Cups, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, somebody who's quite serious with you that's going to finally express to you that they do have love. And we do have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Look at that. You're going to deal with this person in a very grounded, honest, and truthful way. So that will be very interesting. If this is something that makes sense to you, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. So somebody's about to choose you. And it's because they've gone behind the scenes and spoke to a friend. They know what's going on with you. They know you're single. They know you're on your own, doing your own thing. You might be an entrepreneur who's like traveling with your business, and your mind is your energy doesn't really care what's going on back there. You're this person here. You're right at the front here saying, I don't really care what's going on. I'm making a lot of money. I'm talking to a lot of people. And I feel like this person shows up with their heart on their sleeve, telling you that they want some more connection with you. So we do have Gemini energy here. We also have Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. We have Leo energy. I feel like you're about to get some sort of a breakthrough. I think that's why the Sun is here. You're about to get some sort of a breakthrough from this person. We do have Scorpio, again, Gemini, Aries, possibly. And yeah, I'm going to leave that right there for you, Pisces. I hope that was something you wanted to hear. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you, my two fishes friends. I'm up for now, and I'll be back because I'm always back. Bye.